Hey, welcome. I'm Kath Nolan, once high-performing perfectionist good girl turned goddess of balance, kicking even bigger goals. This is the podcast where we make balance doable for busy, overstretched working women, embracing your voice, honouring your feminine power and protecting your energy. This allows you to truly step into greatness for the sake of all you hold dear. This is balance, and I am so glad you are here claiming balance for yourself. The Dragon's Den mentor told me I needed to get more sleep. After doing the Dragon's Den as a mentor, Susie Daphnis was my business mentor for a while. She was mentoring a number of businesses. She's extraordinary. So sitting at the board table with Susie and the view of the Harbour Bridge behind us and 5 other business owners around the table, Susie asked where each of us was stuck that month. For me, it was overwhelm. It was it was young kids, it was small kids, small team, marriage dissolved but really messy, and leading a team of 5, doing so many hours myself in order to enable this fledgling business to do the work that I was paying them to do, this team to do the work that I was paying them to do. So overwhelm on all fronts. I was wearing multiple hats and all of them had urgent demands and I was doing none of them well, right? So Susie's advice, it floored me. She said I needed to sleep. In hindsight, I can see that I was running on adrenaline, or maybe more like running out of adrenaline, and when I'd exhausted that, I would just be left with just exhaustion. Like every single task on my to-do list felt like it was vital, every single one. So I was expecting that Susie would say, I thought that she would tell me which to prioritise, which to delegate, where to call on tech for support. No, she wanted me to step away. Like none of them were as important to my business. None of those tasks on that 3-page to-do list, none of them were as important, as vital as sleep was. For business progress, not just for my health, but for my business progress, nothing was more important than sleep. The idea of doing none of these vital, crucial, extraordinarily important tasks, it terrified me. Like, how on earth would the wheels keep turning if I took some of those precious, precious hours? Like, here was I walking in and saying, I don't have enough time to do all of these things. And she was asking me to give up some of that time for sleep. It seemed incredulous. But I trusted her because Susie's the queen of productivity. She's the queen of profitability. And I had seen the recommendations from other places heralding the importance of sleep. But I think that I was always thinking that recommendation was for people who had the time for it. And I did not have the time for it. Oh my God. Time was exactly the thing that I went there looking for. To go in looking for time and come away being told to take some time out to sleep. Oh my God, it was mind-boggling. But you know what happened? The wheels did not fall off. Surprise, surprise. They didn't fall off. My business did not grind to a halt. The team did not suffer. In fact, I managed the communication with them around expectations. I took more time to sleep and, well, that's how I executed it. It's not what happened. What happened next is that I did actually get more sleep. And miraculously, Susie was right. I knew the answers, right? I had the answers within me. I didn't need Susie to tell me which to prioritise. I knew that I had the ability to prioritise myself. And the tech was fine. The team was fine. When my head wasn't so foggy from running on adrenaline in place of fuel, when I got sleep, when I prioritised sleep regularly, like quality sleep, my productivity went through the roof. Tasks were 5 times quicker to execute and delegation was smoother. It meant less running back and forth communication. And there was just more fun in all of it. The relationships, the culture, relationships with the team, relationships with my kids. I was less stressed. So that there was like this joy of what we were creating was a lot more present. So I'm not a sleep expert, but as a leadership and productivity specialist, I am a massive sleep convert and a huge fan of what it can do. So we've spent a lot of time working with people to be more productive, and in doing so, sleep is something that we've had a lot of work with. So I have to share with you, I have read a bunch of sleep related facts or possible facts lately. And that's really a stretch. What I mean is, that sounds like I've read them in a science journal. To be truthful, what I meant is I have seen and saved a bunch of Insta posts that were related to sleeping. So when I knew that I wanted to do this sleep detox episode for you, I thought it would be fun to dig back through all my seen and saved sleep posts and find the sleep ones, find the sleep ones, and fact check them. So I'm going to go through that with you. Ready? The first one that I found, because a lot of these sound kind of plausible. They sound plausible, but like if you rub a certain spot on your body, does that really send you to sleep? Like, I guess it works with the baby, but like, does it really work with it? So many different things out there, so many pieces of advice around what actually works and what doesn't. So as I say, I've done the deep dive for you. Bit my lip. Done the big deep dive for you. I've done the research to work out which of these are actually feasible and which of them are pure myth, possibly very entertaining myth, but still myth nonetheless. Okay, so let me see. What's the first one? Oh, here we go. The negative impacts of just one night of poor sleep can be seen for 3 weeks. Is it true? Well, the science says at this stage it's unsubstantiated. Psychology Today says that a single night of poor sleep can affect mood and cognitive function. No one's arguing that. But the specific claim that it lasts for 21 days is not yet substantiated. Now, it could be that there's been a new journal that I couldn't find, and if that's the case, ping me with that, yeah? But at this stage, I couldn't find anything to substantiate that. Now, I don't know why I feel so deflated by that truth. I was hoping that it was real because it just sounds so outrageous. But no, it's not true yet. Okay, next. Sleep deprivation increases risk of anxiety and depression. So this one is accurate. Studies have shown that sleep deprivation can actually lead to increased anxiety and depressive symptoms in healthy adults. And did you know? So this research from Columbia University says that sleep deprivation can exacerbate psychiatric symptoms and increase the risk for suicide. And did you know that women experience anxiety and depression at twice the rate that men do? Whew. Okay, here we go. The circles thing. Here we go. Here's the circles. So the claim is that rubbing circles on your chest, especially over the sternum, I think this is my boobs, not my sternum, activates sensory nerves that calm the vagus nerve. It's a fact. Is it a fact? Well, no, it's unsubstantiated. So we believe it might be. So while the vagus nerve plays a role in regulating the parasympathetic nervous system, there is limited scientific evidence supporting the idea that rubbing the chest activates it. However, techniques like deep breathing and certain forms of massage can stimulate the vagus nerve and promote relaxation. So this one, more information needed to clarify. This one, here we go. Spraying magnesium oil on your feet balances insulin and cortisol levels and helps you sleep. And apparently it does all sorts of things like reducing sugar cravings. Well, that sounds good. Is it true? The effectiveness is debated. Some studies suggest that it may aid relaxation, improve sleep quality, but evidence linking it to insulin or cortisol regulation is limited. Okay, well that's a bit sad. Okay, lack of sleep leads to belly fat storage. This one is partially accurate. Research from the Mayo Clinic says that insufficient sleep can lead to increased abdominal fat, particularly visceral fat, which is the one associated with all the health risks. So I really should stop there. I feel as though I should stop there, but I got carried away and these next ones are too funny not to share. So I've got 3 more. You ready? Okay, this one, the multiple pillows elevate anxiety and disturb sleep theory. So the idea is, you might have guessed it, multiple pillows relates to poor sleep health. This claim is accurate. Can you believe it? There's a Journal of Sleep Research. They found a notable link between the number of pillows used and elevated anxiety levels. Specifically, now this is not just like 1.5 pillows, specifically people who had 3 or more pillows were significantly more likely to report anxiety, frequent nighttime restlessness, and waking up feeling unrested. Now this one, the research says it's accurate. I'm not too sure. I still think that what they're saying is that people who sleep with a large number of pillows tend to already be using those pillows to manage their current anxiety. So I'm not so sure that using the pillows causes the lack of sleep. I think it might just be this pool of people who use lots of pillows happen to have a high level anxiety and therefore difficulty sleeping. Okay, ready? This is where it gets really funny. Okay, so what about the one that's the sexual activity and sleep quality claim, i.e. have sex, sleep better. So the claim is clearly if you have sex before bed, it helps you sleep better. Is this true or false? Yes, it's true. It's true. Studies indicate that sexual activity before bed, whether it's with a partner or solo, can enhance sleep quality by tripping over my words, by reducing nighttime awakenings and increasing sleep efficiency. However, here's where it gets really interesting. Okay, so the benefits are more pronounced when orgasm is achieved, but only if that orgasm is from partnered sex. Solo orgasms don't have the same effect. So if you are, but there's another twist in this thing. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so if you have sex before bed definitely helps, but sex with an orgasm helps more as long as it's an orgasm that you're having with a partner, and then the effectiveness actually reduces if you stay in bed with that partner, because they're more likely to disturb your sleep, and particularly if it's a man, because they are more likely to be restless through the night. How's that? Okay, last one. This is a cute little ending here. So women sleeping with dogs versus human partners. Now we're taking the funny up to a whole new level, right? So I came across his other claim that women specifically sleep better with a dog on their bed than with a human partner in their bed because, you guessed it, the dogs are less restless. So working all this through, you're welcome. I've done the deep dive, as you can see. Working all this through, the comparison table between sleeping with a partner but no sex, sleeping with a partner and having orgasm, and sleeping with a dog, clearly just the dog on the bed. We don't need to say there's no sex there, right? Surely. This claim, I've broken down the stats on what's improved by sleeping with a partner versus sleeping with a dog on the bed. Here we go, ready? Feelings of comfort are higher and sleep is more efficient when sleeping next to a dog. Now, feelings of comfort are higher with a human partner, and you can potentially pick up the pre-bedtime sexual activity, which gives you the oxytocin, and the sleep quality is higher, sleep efficiency is higher, comfort is higher when you're sleeping with a human partner. So reading between the lines here, I think the guide is that for optimal sleep quality, you should invest in a human partner for sex with orgasms before bed. But then since they're likely to be restless sleepers, you should swap them out for a dog to lay across your bed while you actually sleep. I guess the quality of the relationship that you have with the human and the quality of the relationship you have with the dog probably have a part to play here too. Okay, so ultimately, dogs and human partners, both, putting these two together, it just sounds awful. Whether you have a dog asleep on your bed or a human partner in your bed, both improve sleep quality, but with different mechanisms. So let me see. While a dog can improve emotional comfort and reduce disturbances, sexual activity that you get with a human partner can promote relaxation and a hormonal balance, which is conducive to sleep. It's obscure, isn't it? Aren't you glad I did the tough work for you? Okay. What about this one? Grandma hobbies and sleep quality. This one is fascinating. So the claim is that regular gardening, knitting, baking, embroidery can significantly improve sleep quality. These ones are all substantiated. Yes. These all have different studies associated with each of these, the gardening, the knitting, the baking. All of these show that they provide creativity and calm and structure and sensory movements which reduce stress and promote relaxation. These ones all have been shown to improve sleep quality. Fascinating. And in fact, gardeners, this number floored me. Gardeners are shown to have 42% fewer sleep complaints. Apparently there's bonus points in this one for the combination of being in nature as well as physical activity. So this is all very fun, but why is sleep so important? Let's just do the basics, okay? So sleep, we know, is not a luxury, it's not a time waster. It's essential for well-being, for energy, focus, and ultimately your performance in all areas of your life. Now, I'm talking about your performance as, for me, the different hats that I wear. This is sleep affects my relationships at work, at home, and my health. It goes the full gamut, friends, everything. So it's essential for well-being. It's essential for performance. When we don't get the right amount, we're already starting our day behind. You feel sluggish and, irritable, unable to focus, and that is not the way we're designed to operate. So we know that when you get adequate rest, when you prioritize your rest, you are capable of so much more. So what exactly does enough sleep look like? The facts. Now, adults aged 18 to 64 require 7 to 9 hours per night. Still vague, right? But women actually need more because there's a prevalence of sleep disorders and caregiving responsibilities and hormonal fluctuations, that's the word. So how many hours? I still feel as though it's a bit vague, 7 to 9 hours. And for me, when I'm time poor, I'm going, okay, great. I've got my 7 hours. That's great. Fantastic. I'm done. Tick that box. How many hours? Well, the advice is you need to experiment to find out what you need. Now, the best time to judge if you've had enough sleep is not just after you've woken up, and it's not at 3 p.m. where it's quite normal for everyone and healthy for everyone to have that mid-afternoon slump. So the best time to judge whether you've had enough sleep is just before lunch. So if you are crashing just before lunch, you know that you have had not enough sleep. Now, ironically, yesterday I was pulling all this together for you for this podcast, and so I spent a couple of hours. I had a split shift yesterday. I was with the kids mid-afternoon at school holidays, and then I had, after dinner, I did some more work, and this was what I was working on. So I was working on sleep and sleep quality and sleep research, and guess who had the worst night's sleep last night? And I don't typically have a bad night's sleep. So sure enough, this morning when I was just before lunchtime, I had my eagle eyes on, trying to work out, am I sleepy? Oh, honestly, I didn't need to look too hard. I was knackered by 11 o'clock. It's really, this is accurate. Now for me, I typically do sleep pretty well. I do these things, having learnt my lesson, I have held on to this lesson pretty fiercely. So yeah, so for me, it's noticeable. If I don't have a good night's sleep, it's noticeable. Where are we? Okay, so what are we going to do about it? We are agreed that sleep is critical. We need it for performance as well as health and longevity. What are we going to do about it? We know that what gets measured gets improved. So, hun, we are going to take this habit that you have already mastered and we're going to leverage it for greater benefit. You have been sleeping since the day you've been sleeping since you were in the womb. So what I've found in professional development is that the fastest route to improving any skill is to leverage what's already working. So you are already, if you're looking to get better work-life balance, better health and wellness, your sleep is the first place to start. It's where you get a massive win because you've already got time allocated and put aside for this thing. You just need to crank it up a notch to improve the quality or the number of hours or whatever it is that we need to improve for you. Okay, so you and I, my friend, with a bunch of our besties, are going to be doing a sleep detox challenge. Sleep detox challenge. I'm calling it a 21-day sleep detox challenge. Yeah, my names are always really profound, aren't they? So here's the challenge. I'm going to give you 21 ideas to help you to boost the quality of your sleep. In this conversation right now, I'm going to walk you through 21 different ideas. I want you to pick the strategies that you like and try them out for the next 21 days. Now, some of these ideas will be stopping certain habits and others are going to require you to start something new. But the key is to commit to these for 21 days because, we know 21 days is how long it takes to form a habit and start seeing results. So remember, what does progress look like here? It's not about being perfect, it's about progress. With progress and some consistency, you are going to start seeing results. You're going to start seeing some improvements. So if for example, you are already skipping heavy meals after 7 p.m. or you are already avoiding caffeine in the afternoon, I want you to celebrate that. Focus on what still needs, what's working, and add some new things in, yeah? The goal, though, is to choose what works for you. Okay, 21 options. You ready? Let's get the sex out of the way. Number 1, sex before bed. You get a bonus point for an orgasm, as you know. Okay, and I say an extra bonus if you focused on your goals as your orgasm. Have you read that research about manifesting and orgasms? I know a number of people who are huge advocates of it, not just because they like orgasms, but because they're huge on manifesting. And they say it works a treat. Okay, I'm being really cheeky there. Sex before bed is the number 1. That's number 1 option for improving your sleep. Number 2, morning sunlight. Now, we know that morning sunlight activates the, oh my goodness, this is a rotten time to get a mind blank. It activates your circadian rhythms, which means that it reminds your body when you see morning sunlight. So morning sunlight within 10 minutes of waking up, activates the circadian rhythm. So your body knows that it's time to wake up, and therefore it automatically sets the wind down time for the end of the day. So morning sunlight within 10 minutes of getting out of bed. If you can do 10 minutes of sunlight on your eyeballs within 10 minutes of getting out of bed, that's the goal, right? That's the ideal. That's a nirvana. But honestly, 30 minutes of sunlight at any time of day is good. It's a good thing. Now, movement. It could be a walk. It could be a class. It could be strength training. It could be 20 minutes of squats, or it could be carrying heavy shopping bags to the very far end of the shopping centre. Number 3, that's movement, yeah? Number 4 is getting out into nature. Now, you might have noticed with these last 3, probably not the sex, but with these last 3, so morning sunlight, movement, getting out into nature, you can stack the 3 of these, right? So if you are out the door, I think when I first really well and truly embraced and nailed balance, wholly and solely, and put it as first priority, I was doing these 3 things together first thing in the morning. So within 10 minutes of getting out of bed, my sneakers were beside the bed. My alarm was set before anyone was awake. We weren't dealing with a disability at that stage, so I didn't need to be on high alert early mornings. But so within 10 minutes of getting out of bed, my feet were in my sneakers. I was out the door on a walk or a run, with or without the dog, depending on how agreeable she was being that day. Which for me meant that I was combining the 10 minutes of sunlight, the movement, and getting out into nature. It was also a space for me to be meditative. So I was conscious of not listening to any podcasts, no podcast, nothing in my ears, just the sound of nature and meditation. So there's an extra one there, yeah, meditation. In fact, I don't think I have meditation on this list, but definitely it's another one you can add in that can be super beneficial. The reason why I haven't added meditation to this list will become obvious in a few minutes. So number 5 is read fiction before bed. Now, that wording is deliberate, fiction before bed. So number 6 is no tech in the bedroom overnight, which means you're going to have to do some other things. You're going to have to take some other steps in order to do the wind down. So for example, and this will explain why meditation's not on the list. A lot of people, when I say, do you meditate? A lot of people will say, oh, yes. I have an app that I listen to go to sleep with. Okay, that's awesome. If it really works for you. For a lot of people though, what actually happens, and I know certainly for me, I used to love meditation to listen to go to sleep. But what I found was that it sent me to sleep straight away. And then at 3 a.m., I would be awake again. and I'd have to listen to it again to go back to sleep. So I don't use meditation to go to sleep. If you like to use meditation to go to sleep and you want to try this no tech in the bedroom, there are multiple reasons why you might give that a try, and that's not a conversation for this podcast episode. We'll do another one if we haven't already. No, I don't think we have. We'll do another one on tech and tech in the bedroom. So devices. So we've said no tech in the bedroom or overnight. Another one is, let me see, I'm scanning down my list. Surely somewhere on here is my list that says no tech after 7 p.m. No, I think it got bumped. I think I was trying to keep to 21 and it got bumped. Yeah, okay. But certainly, surely, is it on my list? I'll have to find out with you as I get through the list. The idea is that no tech in the bedroom limits the micro radiation. It limits the blue light, which is apparently disturbing. It limits the electricity in the bedroom. It's much more natural to not have not just a device, but usually we have multiple devices in the bedroom, right? You've got a Kindle, you've got a laptop, you've got your iPad floating around beside the bed somewhere, phone each side of the bed. There's tech everywhere where we're sleeping. So by removing tech from the bedroom, you're going to get a better night's sleep. So the research says. Now, in order to do that, if you are used to, let's say, for example, you're used to scrolling before you turn the lights out, or even after you've turned the lights out, we know that you should have no tech on 2 hours before bedtime. Not just for the kids, but for adults as well. There should be no screens, no blue light screens, 2 hours before bedtime. So if you are looking to do something else instead, well, clearly you can go for number one and have sex before bed if that's an option for you, or the one we just talked about, which is fiction before bed. So reading before bed, a book on your bedside table. Now, the reason, so I'm jumping back and forth between these two, right? The reason that I've said fiction before bed is because often what we'll do is people will read before bed and they're still not getting the benefit because they're reading professional development books. Now, I love a professional development book. I have really struggled to walk past a professional development book and not purchase it. If I don't have it, it grabs me. So I love a professional development book, but the bedside table is not the place for it, because if you are reading a professional development book beside your bed, on your bed, the book's on the bedside table, what happens is you are thinking about work stuff as you are sliding into bed. It's little wonder that you're awake at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. thinking about the stuff you've got to do for work. So hence fiction before bed, because fiction takes you away. The role of a fiction story, the effect of a fiction story is that your brain puts you into the role of the main character. Your brain transports you into that role. So you are well and truly distracted from the stresses of the day or the things that are otherwise keeping you awake at night. So fiction before bed is a superpowered strategy for better sleep. Okay. What are we up to? So fiction before bed is number 5. No tech in the bedroom overnight is number 6. Number 7, only one pillow at night. Did you see that one coming? Number 8 is no food within 2 hours of bed. No food within 2 hours of bed. And can I sneak in no tech because that's not on my list. So just let's sneak in and we'll pretend it's there, okay? We'll pretend it's not there, but really you know it's there. Okay, now, number 9 is how many hours of sleep do you get a night? It's 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Number 10 is a sleep tracker. Do you have a smartwatch? Do you have a sleep tracker on your smartwatch? Are you... Now, the next question is, there are 3 groups of people. When it comes to sleep trackers on watches, there are 3 groups of people I have found. In my experience, there are the people who can tell you exactly how many minutes of REM sleep they have, exactly how many minutes of sleep in total that they had last night. That's for the first group. The second group is the people who cannot quite believe that there are people who know their sleep to this degree and are so passionately worked up about how many hours of REM sleep and how many minutes of REM sleep they had and tracking their sleep this way. And then there's a third group of people who don't know what on earth I'm talking about. What is this about tracking your sleep? Seems ridiculous, or maybe it seems really enticing. You just haven't had the conversation yet. So whichever camp you're in, investigate a sleep tracker. Investigate a sleep tracker. And if you're in the camp that is the first group where you know exactly how many minutes of REM sleep you have, then my friend, what can I say to you? What I want to say to you is, for the sake of your friendships and your relationships, maybe just be a little cognizant of the fact that not everybody quite gets the conversation to the same degree of passion as you do. So, hun, go easy. Go easy. Says the woman who's now spending probably, who knows, maybe 45 minutes talking to you about how to get better sleep. And I've got the hide to tell you to go easy. Okay. I'm hearing the irony in what I'm suggesting to you right now. Okay. Let's move on. Number 11. 11 is gardening. Can you believe it? I'm still smarting from this. So number 11 is gardening, because you've got the combination of the physical activity as well as nature. And number 12 is our delicious grandma activities, like knitting and embroidery. And yeah, knitting and embroidery. I don't know if you have a crochet hook at home. It's winter here right now, so it's good time to, grab a ball of wool and a crochet hook or some knitting needles. I can't knit. I'm terrible with knitting. I'm not relaxed enough. That's what it is. I'm not relaxed enough. So as I'm knitting, the thread is pulled so tightly that I can't get the needle through the hole, and it just drives me a little bit crazy. So I'm much better with a crochet hook where there's only one, and I can be a bit more, fluid with it. It's a lot more calming when I'm crocheting. And I don't do it right. I really don't do it right. But I do have a mum who's brilliant at it, who can, pick it up later and fix it for me so it looks like I did it right. Well, at least right enough. Okay, so grandma activities. And maybe the key is I just need to practice more. And seeing it on this list, you might find that over the next 21 days, as I'm talking through this list, I'm hoping that you are kind of thinking through the list and go, oh yeah, I could do a bit more of that. Oh, I could do a bit more of that one. Yep, the garden needs some work. I've got a pot out there that needs some attention. Whichever these ones are, grabbing your fancy. But for me, certainly, you will see me with a crochet hook in the next 21 days. Let me promise you that. That's my commitment to you. While we're doing this challenge, you will definitely see a crochet hook in my hand at some point. Hell or high water. Number 12 was grandma activities. Number 13 is baking. However, it's not the kind of cooking that we always do. It's not, if you are cooking for the kids, the kind of cooking that means that you are, prepping dinner and you're not enjoying it, it's a chore. And it's a chore because you know that whatever you put on that table, however many hours you spend coming up with this delicious dish that they love, shepherd's pie is their favorite, and you've spent, a couple of hours pulling together the most delicious shepherd's pie. You haven't used any stock. You've done it all from scratch yourself. There's no tomato sauce in there. It's like it's canned tomatoes or chopped up organic tomatoes. You've poured your heart and soul in and serve it up, and you get at least two faces that kind of show I don't like shepherd's pie anymore. So if that's the kind of cooking that you do, that is not the kind of cooking we're talking about here. We are talking about cooking or baking purely for creativity and mindfulness. Sounds like bliss, doesn't it? I used to love cooking. I used to love cooking. Back when you could be creative with cooking and play with different flavors, and you could serve it up to people who thought it was brilliant. Oh man, do you remember those days? So if you can recreate those days, then this could well be on your list in the next 21 days. I must admit, we have new neighbours, and our new neighbours do love our baking. So that's fun. We can definitely put baking on We can definitely put baking on our list for the creativity and mindfulness benefits. Over the next 21 days. All right, number 14, set an alarm for your wind down hour. Your wind down hour. Now, I'm laughing because I've done this one. I've done this one before, and it has been effective, but it took a bit of work to get there because so it's called wind down hour, right? So we're calling this our wind down hour. The wind down, sorry, not wind down. No, that's a whole different thing. We're not talking about alcohol here. Wind down hour. So the wind down hour is this hour before bed where you don't have, this will explain the next one. The next point is lights dimmed an hour before bed. So the wind down hour includes things like no tech, no food. It includes lights are dimmed. If the TV is on, it's not blaring, and the key, which is making me laugh, is that several times for me, when first implementing wind down hour, I have said the words, "Don't wind me up. This is my wind down hour." Yes, because, sometimes you just get, when you just get the kids settled and relaxed and the lights are dimmed and the music is soft and, things are tidied, everything's kind of, we're cruising into getting ready for tomorrow because, we're quiet and calm, getting a good night's sleep all around. The kids are just like they're in their pajamas. Maybe they've even got books in their hands. And someone walks in the door and wants to tickle them and, hey, rile them all up again. This is wind down hour. Don't wind them up. Please don't wind them up. Okay, so good luck with your wind down hour. It is beautifully effective, but you may need to fight for it. Yeah. So you'll be putting your boundaries conversations into practice for this one. But as I say, it's I swear by it. I absolutely swear by wind down hour. Okay, so that's what it was. That's 14. So 15 is keep the lights dimmed for an hour before bed. Number 16 is a herbal tea before bed. Now, I drink herbal tea all day, every day. But certainly for a lot of people, that herbal tea before bed is beautifully useful. If you don't like chamomile, peppermint tea is lovely, and it also helps with digestion. So peppermint tea is a lovely one. And it feels kind of minty, so it doesn't feel like it kind of feels like a bit like a dessert. Depending on what desserts you're used to, that might not feel like a dessert at all. Okay, so 16 is herbal tea. Number 17 is yoga or gentle stretching. Super important, again, for digestion and calming. Okay, let's get a couple of other ones in here. So earlier in the day, we're talking about no sugar after lunch. That's 18. Number 19 is no caffeine after lunch. You can switch to like chai lattes, chai lattes or chai tea. I do love a chai tea in the afternoon. That 3 p.m. slump, which we've already established, is very healthy and very normal. I do love a chai tea. I drink my chai black. So after lunch, it's caffeine free, but it still has that feel of a caffeinated lift. Okay, number 20 is a gratitude practice before bed. There have been times that I found this really useful, but actually in particular, my kids find this one really useful now, really super useful. I tend to use my did great habit before bed in place of a gratitude practice. I find that I find that sometimes when it comes to gratitude, I can fall a little bit into the practice of things that I'm lucky for. And that can sometimes hold back or play to imposter feelings, hold me back, play to imposter feelings. Whereas the Did Great habit is different. So the Did Great habit is my book. I think if I lean that way, you'll see it if you're watching the YouTube version of this podcast. So the Did Great habit means you're actually reflecting on what did I do today that was great? What did the people around me to do today that was great? So Did Great practice or gratitude practice, either one before bed. And then the last one, my son swears by this one. I'm forever saying, can I give you another blanket? Are you sure you're not, are you sure you're not cold? And he says, no, it's better for sleep. And he's right. The research backs it up. Having a cooler temperature or fresh air in the bedroom definitely is, the research shows that it helps you to sleep. Okay, so friend, now that we have got this challenge all laid out, let's talk about what you can actually expect to see from this detox challenge, this sleep detox challenge. And remember, I will be doing this with you. I'm going to be posting my updates on Instagram, and I would love to see you in there too. Let me know in the comments in Instagram how yours is going, how your sleep detox is going. And if you're in the Balance Code, then the other members in the Balance Code will be doing this challenge right along with you. And so you'll see us in, our daily WhatsApp group. You'll see us in there as well. There's a Q&A session. So you will be able to feed off the group vibe as well as we close in on these results together. Okay, here's what we're tracking to. Ready? After 3 days, you'll start noticing how different habits are impacting your sleep. It's possible that you will see things like you'll be less foggy through the day. The quality of your sleep might improve slightly. I'm not asking you to expect miracles at this stage, 3 days in, but what you'll notice is that your body's already starting to respond to the new routine. Maybe it's the, no tech before bed. Maybe it's that your family's responding well to the no tech before bed or the dimming of the lights. Your body's starting to go, hey, I like this. And you're not having to fight so much to make these things happen, where you will for the first couple of days, potentially with a family who, as I say, wants to run through the house, tickling everybody at 20 minutes before bedtime. Okay, after 7 days. So by 7 days, your body should start adjusting to these changes. You're going to probably start seeing a clearer sleep pattern. Maybe you're falling asleep faster, staying asleep for longer, waking up with more energy. That before lunchtime sleepiness will be fading. You might also notice that your mood is stabilizing, like hello, less irritability. And that afternoon slump is going to start to fade. Okay, after 14 days, your body is really going to start adapting to these changes. At this point, you're likely experiencing deeper, more restful sleep. Maybe your overall stress levels are dropping, and your energy throughout the day is likely to be much more consistent. And the ability to focus on work is likely to be improving. Plus, you're handling the usual chaos with a bit more calm. Hello, balance, my friend. Hello. All right. Now, isn't it interesting that so many of these tactics that we've talked about are not just sleep tactics, they're actually wellness tactics. So you can see that this idea of implementing a change, implementing really changes with significant impacts, it doesn't just impact your sleep, it impacts your wellness, it impacts all these other areas of your life. So at the end of 21 days, you should be seeing some really amazing results. Restorative sleep is now part of your routine. Your productivity and focus will likely be through the roof. And here's the thing, you are going to feel more emotionally balanced as well. This is not just about getting more sleep, it's about making better choices in the day-to-day that have a cumulative effect on your well-being. This is about overall balance, not just sleep, but your sleep is definitely a great place to, it's a great place to see the evidence of your balance actions and behaviors showing up. Okay, you ready to transform your sleep? We are just about done, hun. We are just about there. So for the tire kickers among us, if you're ready to make a start, then grab the 21 strategies, have another listen through if you need to, jot them down as you go, pick your favorites and dive in. Head over to Instagram. You'll find the link. If we're not already connected on LinkedIn, on Instagram rather, you'll find the link to follow me in the notes for this episode. If not, it's ms.catherine.nolan on Instagram. So I will be posting all 21 ideas in a post on Instagram. That's it. I got the words in the end. So just comment on the post to get involved. It's totally free to join. Now, if you want a VIP experience, this is the Balance Code membership, right? So if you want to take your sleep transformation to the next level and clearly your wellness to the next level as well, your balance and wellness, then join the Balance Code. Join us in the Balance Code. This challenge is our July focus, and we're using sleep as the foundation for boosting productivity in every area of your life. As part of the balance code, you're going to get access to the private WhatsApp group chat with members and live Q&A sessions for ongoing support and community accountability. So if you're ready to make that happen, I cannot wait to have you join us in the group. Just click on the link. You'll find the link in the notes, or just message me and I will send you the link to get you started. Now, special bonus for this week. If you register for the challenge this week, I'm going to give you a free bestie membership. A free bestie membership. We haven't done this before. The balance code is still relatively new. So we have a really small, beautiful small group that's working through this. I am offering you, so if you sign up for the balance code, so if you sign up to register and be part of this sleep challenge, the 21-day sleep challenge, you've got the balance code membership included for the month. But I'm also giving you the free bestie membership. So grab your membership via the link in the notes and then send me that message. Let me know that you've signed up and you want your bestie to join, and we will connect via Insta DM or LinkedIn DM. I will add your bestie to the membership alongside you. So grab a buddy and tackle this challenge together, yeah? So as part of the challenge, you're also going to receive this 21-day spreadsheet. No, a spreadsheet. There's a tracker that we're doing. So this tracker will help you to track your chosen strategies and also the results over 21 days. It's going to help you monitor your progress and also keep you motivated throughout the challenge. So I am super excited. I think you can probably tell how excited I am about the idea of improving your sleep, because the things that you do to improve your sleep quality are the same things that you do. They're not, well, there's a few more that you can do as well as this, but the things that you can do to improve your balance, these are the things that you do to improve your sleep, right? They go hand in hand. So this challenge is so close to my heart. I've seen how almost magically it works. It's such a fix. It's such a quick fix. I don't like talking about quick fixes, but when you get your sleep under control, and look, like, seriously, hell's bells, there are so many things that can be impacting your sleep, from, hormones, anxiety and depression, work schedules, kid schedules, caring responsibilities, the mental load, all of those things, alcohol. There are so many different things that can be impacting your ability to get a good night's sleep. So inside the balance code, we definitely go into some of those other things as well, getting your, all of those other things. Tech-free spaces, visibility at work, boundaries, all of those things that can impact your sleep, they impact your balance. We deal with them all inside the balance code. So 21 days, we start with your sleep, see a difference. 21 days, see a difference. You know it's important. We all know that sleep's important, but unless you give it time and focus, it's not going to change. It'll just stay on the to-do list as something you'd actually like to improve. Let's get it done now. We'll do this together. 21 days. We will be doing this together, my friend. I cannot wait to do it with you. Did I just say I can't wait to sleep with you? I think I did. All right. I'll see you in the challenge. I believe that women do help other women. I hope that this episode has empowered you to question your willingness to go last. I hope that you will embrace balance, and I'm also hoping that you will help me to help other women to do the same. So how can you help? Show your support for the work. Subscribe and review the podcast here where you're listening. Follow the Goddess of Balance on Instagram to catch some cheeky behind the scenes and extras. Connect with me on LinkedIn and share the posts with your network. That would be sensational. If you have enjoyed this program, this episode, you will no doubt love my group coaching program. You got to find all the links to these in the little written blurb for this episode. Thank you, my friend, for normalizing balance with me. We are raising performance and reputations, wellness and equality. Together, we're creating positive change for working women, starting with you. Sincerely, I thank you for being part of the movement.